let's talk about the training now. So you have training mechanisms where they train every day. And then you have your mechanisms where, especially for new hires, they have to complete the trainings in order to actually move forward in working with the customers. It's almost like a certification. Makes perfect sense to me. I can't get my college degree until I complete the class curriculum. I can't benefit from the degree unless I do the training. I'm not going to play in the games if I don't show up to practice. If I perform terribly in practice, I'm probably not going to play in the games. If I perform poorly in the game last week, I'm probably going to be, it's likely that someone's going to leapfrog me and they're going to be in the game the following week, and I'm going to be watching from the sideline.
So the same thing though, the point of the practice is too, so we can watch to see how they're doing. Like if the people aren't going to do these things for you, what makes you think they're going to do it for the client?
Right. So check this out. First is must demonstrate mastery of the following before getting buyer appointments. So there's one of these for buyers, agents, and there's ones for going on listings. So this is what someone would need to be able to demonstrate mastery of before they're like going on appointments alone. And Nathan, I think this is right out of your handbook, these things. Mm-hmm. But wait a second. I thought you had a lot of business and you were really busy. I mean, so what? I'm not real great at the objections, or so what? I kind of bumbled the last purchase and sell agreement. You should still give me business, and I should, what I mean? Like this is where it starts going sideways. Is when you lay out, what needs to happen, and then we don't make it happen. Like we allow it to like not be a thing. So that's the hardest thing I think that we've all got to do here is sticking to the checklist, sticking to whatever standard we put out there. That's a leadership thing, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's a discipline thing. I think it's a discipline of sticking to it. Either that or you're just constantly going to have Seagull Management, as Craig says.
Seagull Management. Explain to everybody what Seagull Management is.
So Seagull Management is basically you just hire someone and you throw them in the seat. You don't properly train them, and you run one way, they run the other way. And then you fly over and fly into the office and see what they're doing. It's wrong. So you just kind of like shit all over everybody and then fly away.
You missed the squawk part. So the seagull flies in, squawk, 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 makes a mess over everything. I'll use the proper language on a public webinar. Makes a mess over everything and flies away. That's how many of you have been around a seagull manager, or you are guilty of practicing Seagull Management. Craig talks about that in that team system manual. I think all of us at some point probably are guilty of doing that. I've done it way too much, but it's not how you run a business, especially a world-class business.